Hi, I'm Post Media business columnist Chris Farco, joined here by Post Media business writer Reed Southwick. Reed, we've just wrapped up 2 days of the Global Business Forum here in Banff. A lot of discussion about international and geopolitical events, but also domestic affairs as well. One of the most provocative speeches was given by Saskatchewan Premier Brad Wall. What did he have to say?
Yeah, certainly Wall's a darling of the energy industry, and people were really looking forward to what he had to say today. And no surprises here. He spoke very passionately in favor of the energy sector and said that, talked about his opposition to the carbon tax, doesn't believe it's going to be an effective policy, and always talked about social license, which he believes, the social license of the industry is really the amount of wealth that's created, the jobs that it's created for Canadians.
Well, one of the other discussions we heard was regarding the ongoing NAFTA affair. The NAFTA talks will resume in Ottawa on Saturday. We had both the Canadian ambassador to the United States, David McNaughton, here, as well as Mexico's ambassador to Canada. They talked about the fact that they obviously are hoping to see a deal, but there's still a lot of pitfalls in place. What I was probably most intrigued by from the Ambassador McNaughton was the fact that he actually thinks energy, which at one point maybe was a cause for concern when Donald Trump was saying he thought energy was a sticking point between the countries, now seems to have been smoothed over. He thinks that there actually may be an ability to enhance some of the energy provisions. Maybe Mexico will actually sign on to the NAFTA energy provisions, which they didn't do 23 years ago when that industry was much more controlled. Finally, Reed, the first day there was a very interesting discussion about NORAD, and one of the Canadian generals who's involved in that program discussed a little bit of the threat assessment. Can you talk a little bit about what you heard?
Yeah, certainly. The Canada's most senior general in NORAD talked about how that North America now is actually somewhat less safe than it has been in some time, mainly because of 3 different areas of threat: long-range missiles, the advent of terrorism, and of course the behavior of certain state actors such as North Korea.